Time now to look at a best matchup of the week. Everybody that covers fantasy does this, but few people do it as well as the guys at rotowire.com. And Jeff, we're looking for a good matchup. We're looking for somebody to play, to hitch our wagons to win our week. What's a good matchup you see out there this week?
I am absolutely loving the Falcons, and in particular, Michael Turner against the Colts. The Colts' rush defense is terrible. They're ranked 31st in the league. They're giving up 144 rushing yards a game. You know, the Falcons are coming off a bye week. It's likely they have Julio Jones back at receiver after his hamstring injury. And I really think you're just going to see a lot of high numbers out of that offense. We're waiting for that offense to break out. And I think, you know, this is the week that Roddy White, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan show up, but in particular, Michael Turner, he's going to find the end zone. I'd expect at least 100 yards rushing out of him, maybe even multiple touchdowns if they can really just get up big and just try to run the ball down the Colts' throat.
So with trading deadlines probably, 3 weeks away in fantasy football, maybe less?
3 to 4 weeks, yeah.
Okay, so with your 3 weeks away, when you look at the Michael Turners of the world, when you look at the Darren McFadden's of the world, and you consider injuries, you consider bye weeks coming to an end soon, do you look at a team like Atlanta while we're focusing on this matchup today, and do you look at it, because one of those teams, one of those guys is going to turn it on, and that team and that guy are going to become the fantasy impact players and fantasy impact offense that we thought they were at the end of the year. And Atlanta's a good candidate in my mind because they have struggled so much. Matt Ryan's been a feast or famine in certain weeks. So do you look at, isn't it your job in fantasy to look at it and project and then try to make a deal or stick with a guy either way at this point?
Yeah, exactly. And here's the big thing. Start paying attention to schedules. To quote Denny Green, these teams are who we thought they were. You know, now's the point where we know they're trends as far as defenses go. You're not going to see anybody come in and suddenly change defensive philosophies at this point of the season. You know, if they're giving up tons of yardage through the air, they're likely going to give up more yards through the air and more touchdowns. So I really would focus on who that team is playing. And if your offense has had, you know, some tough matchups to start the season, but have a cushion or a marshmallow schedule to finish out, those are the guys that I'd be targeting in trades, looking at the waiver wire, maybe adding some of those backups in case some of the big names get injured.